Maybe try and live with Pobelter, snags a kill. Now then, he's going to go down, might go, swoop back in with her on to Adrian, the knockup for Cat, the channel through, the tide is in. That's going to be one, that should be a second Artec. That one.
Hey guys, it's Parks here. I'm joined by Pobelter today of Team Liquid after their win. Big win for you guys after the 0-2 last week. How are y'all feeling as a team?
I think everyone's probably just feeling a little relieved that we were able to pick up another win because, like you said, we lost both our matches last week.
Yeah, and those were against the two teams that are 7-1. But Doublelift has talked about how Team Liquid has a really high skill cap, and the team as a whole, if you all work together, you have a really high ceiling, and each individual player is very skilled. So where do you put yourselves against these two teams? Considering you just lost to both of them, do you feel like it's something you can push past and beat them in the future, or is it something that you're going to have to kind of work with a little harder on?
I think we're probably similar in level to both the teams, even though we lost to them last week. Maybe that sounds like crazy to hear, but yeah, the thing is, with best of ones now, you only get to do one game, and then it's stuff like C9 had a clever strat where they picked Skarner, who we didn't really have much practice against. They drafted a winning level 1, they were able to get the Spire level 1, got an early Dragon in level 1, snowballed off that pretty much. But yeah, that's like just kind of stuff that happens in best of 1. Things will happen that you're not used to. Oh, and they had an Alistar roam.
Oh, yeah.
That we were prepared for, that really blew the game open. But yeah, that's the kind of stuff that happens in best of 1. And then it's like, well, crap, we lost. And then in best of 3, it's like, okay, here's what we're going to do this very next game to make sure that doesn't happen. But, now that it's best of 1, you only get to see a single game. Maybe we're playing a little worse that day. Maybe they're playing a little better. So there's a lot of variance that can happen. And, fans, analysts, whoever only can see that one game and draw conclusions based off of it. Yeah. That's really long-winded, but...
No, yeah.
yeah.
So still confident.
Yeah.
And of course, we'll get to see another game at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's good to hear. So speaking of dragons, actually, you guys had crazy dragon control this game, which obviously helped in your win. How does it happen that you just get every single dragon and you get them so quickly that you can stack up to 5? Is that something that was premeditated, or was it just kind of right place, right time, and it just turned out that that's what happened?
I think it's just how the game played out. We were winning bot heavily. We were winning bot heavily because apparently their bot kept making mistakes, which is what I was hearing in comms. So if you have bot control and mid control, which I did, then yeah, every dragon is just pretty much yours. They can come in and try and fight it, but we would just kill them all. And I think they were afraid of how strong Galio is early game as well. So they just kind of opted to give every dragon, give Rift Herald, and then yeah, it's just snowballing.
So, but it wasn't like going into the game, you draft the Camille and the Galio to then take the dragons. It was just something that happened as the game played out.
Well, we drafted Camille Galio for the strength in split pushing and also for engaging, but yeah, in terms of dragon control, that was just a snowball effect from us winning mid lane and bot lane.
And so talk a little about the win condition that you had going into the game then. It was something that the casters and the analysts were saying that it seemed like it was a very clear win top and go for the split push. But I think the first Galio ult into the Camille ult, or other way around, was it 36 minutes or 38 minutes? So was that again just something like there were ways that you found were better to pressure otherwise?
Yeah.
Or was it not finding the right engages?
Obviously, it was a very slow-paced game. Mainly, we just played it really safe, probably a bit too safe, as we talked immediately after the game, and then our coaches were saying, you guys played well and controlled, but really just too safe. There were a lot of opportunities, so yeah, we definitely could have probably pushed our advantage harder, start engaging with Camille, or just go for aggressive engages on the Gnar split, but really we were just afraid because we didn't have great vision, so we weren't sure, like, oh, are they covering Gnar if we go for this play, or is the game going to turn on us? And so we just played kind of slowly. But yeah, I mean, overall we just played really safe, really slow. It's actually different from how a lot of our Galio games go in practice because teams will just like die to me just like moving and roaming around.
Huh.
So there's a bit of inexperience in like a slow-paced Galio game too.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. And obviously it worked out, so I guess just another way that you found to win. So have y'all been able to watch the Olympics at all?
I just watched like the highlights of
The highlights.
yeah, like whoever won the gold medal or whatever. There's actually the girl who won the snowboarding gold medal is from like an area that's really close to my hometown. So I thought
Oh,
that
that's
was
cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have any thoughts about whether or not esports and maybe league specifically will ever be in the Olympics?
That would be cool. Like I want to be an Olympic athlete, but at the same point, it's like Olympics kind of display immense like physical skill and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So if I try and think about like, okay, they're like figure skating, insane snowboarding, or
Mhm.
like, you know, just pretty much everything at the Olympics and compared to just, you know, sitting on my computer and playing. It doesn't really show physical skill or anything like that. So while I would love
You've
to...
got the eye movement.
Yeah, while I would love to see League of Legends at the Olympics so I can participate and like
Uh-huh.
win a medal for my country or whatever, probably not going to happen.
You don't think so?
Probably not going to happen.
All right, well, we'll look out for that. If you can't be a League of Legends Olympian, what would be your sport?
What would be my
If
sport?
you were in the Olympics today, what would you be doing?
Okay, specifically Winter Olympics?
I guess either one.
All Olympics.
Nothing. Figure skating. It's
Maybe,
gotta
maybe like a gymnast, because
A
gymnasts
gymnast?
are like, they're so fit. Like, obviously, they're all fit at the Olympics, but gymnasts just have, they're like so flexible too, and I think that's so cool. I don't know, I just think it's cool.
Yeah.
And hopefully you just don't get injured, because I think injury is a real killer in that sport.
Yeah, for real, and a lot of them.
But yeah, I'd be a gymnast or like soccer player. Soccer's fun.
Yeah, awesome. Well, cool. That's all I have. Thank
Okay.
you so much.
Thanks.
Yeah, and best of luck tomorrow, and throughout the rest of the season. Thanks.